I'm Dustin, Prince of Aphotic Realm, and this is Bo, my indie author friend.
Fabulous powers will be revealed to you the day we hold aloft our mics and say,
I have the geekdom!
Geek-Men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds.
Thunder Nerds! Ho! Welcome to another episode of Geek-Men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. I'm Dustin.
I am Bo.
And this is the podcast that talks about all the things you love.
Without all the hate.
That's right. Today we have something special for you.
Yeah, that's right. We're on a hiatus, unfortunately. But after today, you're going to have a tiny peek at the great content you regularly miss out on by not being a patron.
Last week we did a fan episode and decided to share all the bonus extras that our patrons would normally get with you all. So without further ado, here's the episode. Ding! They wrote all the original music, and even Bradley Cooper wrote songs in this. And it's just like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. I'll give him props for that. So I don't know. But anyway,
Bradley Cooper makes me insecure. Let's move on.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, as soon as it was like, oh man, you're handsome. Oh, you can get in really awesome shape in the A-team. Oh, now you can sing. You.
It's bilingual.
yeah, get out of my face.
Geek-Men.
I ain't afraid of nobody who can't finish a whole bag of Pop-Tarts by themselves, so please, next in line.
They make bags of Pop-Tarts?
Well, think about it. I always use that as a reference. So if I'm afraid of somebody, it's like, do they look like they could finish a pack of Pop-Tarts? Because there's always two in each pack.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the little pack guys.
Yeah, so a man could be like, oh, I have one Pop-Tart, but I'm going to have to save this one for later. Get the out of here. you little midget. Can't even finish your Pop-Tarts.
Oh, I can't stand. Do you know how many times I've been fat shamed because I've eaten both Pop-Tarts out of the pack of Pop-Tarts?
No,
it's just like,
I'm gonna tell you right now, Dustin.
It's just like, you need to go straight to hell.
No, yeah, you look at them right in their face and you tell them, I finished both my Pop-Tarts because I'm a man.
It's like, they shouldn't have put two in the pack then, if it's single serving Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with a bottle of Coke. That's two servings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, what, are you supposed to put the cap back on and then let it go flat and drink the other flat, nasty syrup stuff later on? No, you drink the whole thing.
If they wanted it to be that way, they would have put it in a resealable bag. But you know what? They don't, because they know that that's enough to satiate a man. And
even when they did put Pop-Tarts in a resealable bag, they knew that no one's gonna reseal it because it was you tried to open it and the zipper and the whole thing just fell apart. Yep. Oh, I'm gonna reseal this. Oh, look at this like jagged, flimsy line coming across, like the entire thing just rips open. Yeah, I'm gonna reseal this at the top, even though there's a line all the way down opening up the side.
And plus, it's also a form of trust too. Like if you give somebody 2 brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts and they don't finish them, I can't trust them.
Yeah.
Those are the best Pop-Tarts on the planet.
They are.
You're telling me you could stop at just one of those? I'm going to be watching you, buddy.
There's something wrong with you.
Yep. Passing. Oh, God. He's a Russian spy. Get him. he's got all that communism on his tongue. He can't taste this delicious brown sugar cinnamon.
This is too much sugar. Oh, yep. No, you did not.
You hear him cough over in the corner. He's like, oh, capitalism.
Sugary snacks. Oh.
Yep.
Look at him.
Finish.
He's got his foot propped up on a tree stump, and he's opening up cold out of the bag and eating them both at the same time, like it's a sandwich.
Yep.
I spread
Oh,
peanut butter
Everything's a
between
man.
them. Spread peanut butter between them and eat them like a sandwich.
Jesus Christ.
That could explain why I'm fat.
You can trust that person.
That's the best way to eat Pop-Tarts.
Damn bald eagle lands on his forearm while he's doing it.
Some random guy just walks up to you. Hey, excuse me, but is it all right if you watch this Declaration of Independence for me? I hear Nick Cage is really after it.
I'm gonna need more of that.
Yep.
Not this time, Cage.
There's someone more patriotic than you here.
Geek-Men.
And honestly, I think also there's so many other Batman shows that need love. Like The Batman, it is so underrated, I think. I actually really
enjoyed
enjoyed
The
that
Batman,
a lot. One of my favorite aspects that sort of introduced was the whole idea that, well, I don't know if it introduced, it might have been introduced in the comics, but the whole idea that the Cobblepots were like this old family, just like the Waynes were, but they went bankrupt, and like that's why he's obsessed with like the birds, because like they had like that was like their family like crest type thing, and they had this collection of bird stuff that was all in the house, and so like that's why he always like robs like and does bird related crimes, and he's just like this. He sort of lost his mind because he was sort of like this orphan in his house by himself. You know, it was like I thought that was a really cool aspect. Like, oh, he was poor and all that. I thought that was a pretty neat aspect to it. Wasn't a huge fan of the red skin Bane in it. How he turned red when he injected the venom and got like the weird.
I didn't like
teeth.
the outfit though.
Yeah, I mean it was fine. But I thought that I thought that was cool. It introduced a different version of Clayface. It was his cop buddy instead of the traditional what was his name, Matt Hagen.
Yeah, there's been so many clay faces anyway.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
I just really enjoyed that show for its animation.
Mhm.
I thought the animation was just really nice.
yeah,
Yeah, because wasn't it the people that did the Jackie Chan adventures?
At least so. And they
Yeah.
have
It was
like
like super fluid.
yeah, they have like really interesting like just I don't know, their style is really neat to look at, and
Mhm.
I love the way they do technology. Like all the vehicles in that show were just amazing looking.
yeah,
All the gadgets and stuff. I was like,
yeah.
the way they do everything is just cool.
It was like this mix between like the Batman Beyond stuff, like gadgetry, and modern like Batman. It's just like, oh, this feels like a modern day Batman stuff. It felt really cool. I liked it.
Geek-Men.
Well, I think we'll save the other. There's one other question that we asked some folks. Actually went to Reddit to ask some of the toy collecting community there, but we'll save that for another time because there was quite a bit of interaction. But because mainly while we have Liam with us, I want to talk about Creed 2.
Yeah, we gotta talk about
Yeah,
it.
we all got to watch it finally.
Yes,
All right.
quite excited. So, I guess I will just say that I enjoyed it overall. Overall, it was enjoyable. What about you?
What about you go first, Jimmy, because I have a lot to say.
Oh, me? I loved it. There was a lot of unexpected moments, which was funny because if you go back and listen to the episode where we were making predictions and stuff, you guys were making some on the spot, on the nose predictions, but the surprises they threw in there, they were really good.
Yeah.
Very emotional. And every time it's like you had that thought of how can they do another one of these movies?
Mm-hmm.
And after you're done watching it, you're just like, man, this totally belongs.
Yeah.
And then you're so glad you watched it. And it every single time they get you emotionally just inspired, and
I do believe
I
I do believe this is the last one though.
Yeah, it seems to feel. It feels right.
That ending line between Rocky and Adonis when they fist bumped, that called back to their early conversation in the film.
Yeah.
You know, when he texts by, he says you need to decide what kind of man you're going to be. You know, and all this stuff it's in this nice house. It doesn't mean anything. You want your family, and you want to be there for your family. And you want to, be that man. And then when he fist bumps me, he says, "It's your time now, kid."
Yeah.
I was like, and he nodded, and he didn't say anything. He just nodded at him, and I was like, "That's it. That's perfect." It's like if you make another one, you'll cheapen that moment.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I kind of felt that too. Plus, I mean, I feel like it's sufficiently wrapped up. Not to just jump straight to the end of the film, but I feel like it's sufficiently wrapped up everyone's story. Like, Adonis wrapped up all of his inner demons, settled them all between his, anxiety with, the whole thing with his father's death, faced his fears.
And if you think
about
about it,
becoming champion and all that. And then also with Rocky and, sort of beginning to mend fences and setting his life back on track with his family and everything. What was truly important to him always. So I think it's on the right path. A good spot.
I would say that at the end of the movie, everyone got a happy ending.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it ended up becoming like a really poignant story about, the fathers and their children.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can we please just acknowledge the fact that I understand that Creed is the main character, but the love that I had for Drago and Victor in that movie, and their relationship, the way they turned Ivan Drago from Rocky IV, from this cartoony like communist Soviet Union, just ultimate bad guy, and made him this this really interesting character, Creed, and
it was
come back
compelling.
And it's super compelling, and then the fact that I would have to argue with one of the things that even Rocky himself said in the movie when they're out on the street and he's telling Adonis, he's like, and this is what made the character so important to me. He tells him, he says, "You can't fight this guy because you have everything to lose, but this kid has nothing to lose." And I would say that statement is wrong, because there's only one thing that Victor cares about, and that's losing his father. Because if you look at Drago, after the fight in Rocky IV, he lost everything. He lost his country, because he was literally representing the entire country in that movie.
Yeah.
And in that fight, and when he lost that, his country turned their back on him. His wife left him with a son, and that was all he had. And he just wants to. And Victor only loves his dad, and he only cares about impressing and making his dad happy. And having that come around full circle at the end, when his dad threw in the towel. Spoiler, I guess. Yeah. And he just
we're full spoiler talk.
Yeah, when he just hugs him and says, "It's okay, it's okay." And then you see them running together, and I was like, man, yeah, everybody got happy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, I think you're right. It made him, it was the natural progression. Like, you lose everything, it showed what they do with their champions, their fallen champions, okay, you're yesterday's news, we're done with you, and he had to literally basically leave his country, essentially, he was nobody. And that's what I thought was one thing that we didn't, have quite on spot on, is because, like, sure, he was, driven, but he was almost coming from a Rocky moment. He had nothing and was working towards the top.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting. But then instead of working hungry after the first Adonis win / disqualification, he was working almost like Drago did. He was working with fancier gear like Adonis had, and where then Adonis went to like a Rocky place like he did, just like we predicted, just like we sort of talked about. So
I will say,
did you notice they did I know it was a little too on the nose, but they did the whole polar opposites. Like, he worked in a hot temperature environment, and he worked in a cold temperature environment. They were really pushing that.
Well, plus
the robot came back, and he came back and he was like, "Happy birthday, Paulie," and then he punched Ivan Drago's heart out. Can you believe that? That was great. I don't put that in.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
that was shocking.
Then the ghost Paulie's like, "Hey, Rocky, why'd you do that?
Yay!
Why'd you reprogram the robot to be so hate-filled?"
Happy birthday, Polly.
Oh man.
I will say that when it first revealed Victor Drago, and I saw the sheer size of him, I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah.
Was a good reveal.
It's like, and then when you see them together, I was like, "Oh man,
Yeah, I was just like,
they're not even in the same weight class."
no, they aren't. Not at all. It's hard to believe that.
Yeah.
It's hard to convince that Michael B. Jordan is heavyweight.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You look light heavyweight at best.
Yeah, he's definitely light heavyweight.
At
sorry.
best, yeah, I'm sorry, but
I just love how fast Adonis lost the first fight, the moment they had weigh-ins.
yeah,
When Ivan's like, "You're smaller than your father,"
yeah,
and I was like, "He's in your head. He's
Yep.
there. He's living in your head now, referee."
Yep.
Good luck.
yeah.
Ah, God, it's such a good movie.
It was. I really, really, really enjoyed the movie overall. It was, it was emotional. Sort of dove right in, and I don't know. It was just we had it right that he would have 2 build-up moments. He would definitely fail in the beginning, but
Yeah, they Rocky 3'd him.
yeah, that was only natural. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good
Rocky 3.
Yeah, we just need now. What we need now is a spin-off of a spin-off. I want to see Victor Drago versus what's his name from the Undisputed movies? Boyka.
Boyka, yeah, Boyka.
Yeah, Boyka.
Yeah, that would be awesome actually, because I love the Undisputed movies.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's it, man. Creed. If you haven't seen it, go. Well, obviously, we just
it's on Blu-ray. So if you haven't seen it, you just heard about it. So go watch it. So it's good. But I don't know. Anyway, any final thoughts?
Well, that's about it.
What about you, Bo?
No, other than I think the Ghost of Polly and the robot should get a movie too.
Yeah, they should. Maybe that's in the family spinoff. Maybe the Ghost of Polly has been hanging out with Rocky's son.
Well, I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of scared of spin-offs right now. I'm really turned off by them.
Unless it's Drago.
Yeah,
spin-off.
Drago would be great, but
I know what they would call that spinoff.
what?
How to Train Your Drago.
How to Train Your Drago. I like it.
Would I
Let's
tell
do it
you?
up. You heard it here first.
Would I tell you to run faster? You run faster.
Meep, meep.
Also,
I told you to run faster.
please.
Oh,
Get in
man.
there, finish. Happy birthday, Polly.
Oh boy.
Father, no.
Oh man.
Cut to Carl Weathers in heaven. We've only just begun.
I know. I can't wait for him. Like, I know. I'm sure somebody's going to do it at some point if it hasn't already been done on YouTube.
What's
Just
that?
to cut that in. Like him having a vision, like he won, and then he just has that vision. Like, he did it. We've only just begun to live. I got my hand back.
Got my hand back.
Like, he didn't even lose it.
They just
The
change
Drago
it.
pushed him so hard the blood went to his hand and it exploded.
God.
Oh jeez.
Geek-Men.
God, it's always
man.
good. It's always good chatting with you guys. I miss you guys.
Yeah. It's good times. And we're back. Did you like that? I know I had a lot of fun recording it. And so that was a blast. We always have fun with Liam and Bo. It's always a blast.
Every single time we do those, there's always so much stuff before and after every episode that we want to put in the episode, and we always regret having to cut out, but we're so happy that we have an opportunity to put it somewhere. So
yeah. So if you liked it, you might consider becoming a patron. For $1, you get early access to all of our regular episodes, and those come in. You get a week in advance, plus wallpaper for your phone and computer. $2, you get all that, and you get the patron bonus episodes just like the one you're listening to just then. What else do you get? What's the next? For $5, you get everything we've already told you about, all the extra content, the wallpaper, plus custom artwork by Bo. So you get to pick the geekdom or the character franchise that you want to be merged with, and Bo will do you up like we are.
Yeah, I'll give you a custom avatar just like the ones we use on our title cards every single week.
Yep, that's right. And
each one of those comes with special Discord unlocks for each level.
Yep.
So come join us if you
We're
can.
always up there chatting on Discord and having fun on Patreon and the extra episodes, and and we hope to see you. We hope to see you there. And until next time, I've been Dustin.
I have been Bo.
Have a good one.
Later, guys.
See ya.